Jobs met Mike Murkula, who agreed to invest $250,000 in so that they could create in April 1 in 1976 the first Apple computer. So in a total around 200 units were produced and sold at 666.66 per unit. But the success was so much that they couldn't handle it. 16 years old, Steve Jobs met Steve Wozniak in 1971 after a successful attempt that did Wozniak. His efforts finally restored in what would be the Apple I. Was after a presentation of his computer at the Homebrew Computer Club and amazed its postponements. Jobs quickly saw the business opportunity and so he began to promote his computer. Soon they began to receive small orders of computers that they built themselves in handsome machines, selling some 2,200 copies of the new Apple I machine.
Now I'm going to talk about some of Apple's most important and innovative products throughout its history. First, we have the Macintosh, which was a very innovative and new computer for that time. Then we got the iPod, which was a very important MP3 product for, well, listening to music. Then we have the very first all-screen smartphone, which was the iPhone. And then we got the iPad, which is very important for, portable work devices. And then we have the most recent one, which is the iWatch, which is a smartwatch that has a lot of functions like answering the phone, answering some messages, checking your heart rate, and a lot of functions which are very innovative. And well, Apple first started with all these products.
As we know, Apple has been gaining popularity in recent years, and here we have the proof. As we can see, in 2018, Apple increased its sales in 33% compared to 2014. Apple sold around 217 millions of iPhones in 2018. Specifically in the US, the community prefer iPhones, and here we have some data that clearly shows who is leading the industry. 78% of the US teens owns an iPhone. Around 395 iPhones are sold per minute. 94% profits of the smartphones industry go to Apple. And finally, the 85% of iPhones owners will buy an iPhone in the next year.
Hi, my name is Cesar, and I'm going to talk about the Apple influence in our brands. And I'm going to talk about what Apple has get rid of or what Apple has killed in their products in the last couple of years. First, we're going to start with the keyboard. They get rid of the keyboard with the iPhone, and every other company start doing the same years later. The next thing is the CD. Apple got rid of their CDs on their MacBooks. Why? Because they said this CD drive wasted a lot of energy of their products, and they needed to save weight in their laptops. Next, we have the USB. The Apple in the year 2015 they got rid of their normal USB and they changed it for the USB Type C. And the next thing is in 2016 In this year, Apple got rid in their iPhone 7 of the auxiliary. As we can see here, they got rid of them. Why? Because they implemented the Bluetooth headphones, such as known as the AirPods. And how this has influenced every other brand. Well, nowadays we don't see any more laptops with CDs. Nowadays we don't see any modern cell phone with a physical keyboard. And nowadays modern PCs of every brand, they come with a USB Type-C and a normal USB and the auxiliary. The newest cell phones from Samsung, Huawei, and all those brands don't come with auxiliary. Why? Because the influence of Apple.
At Apple, they know what did almost all business. Providing quality products and service is vital for a company. Both offering them a unique service and car experience makes a difference in a car level in the level mark your memory. A footprint that translates into performance, loyalty, purchase, and repurchase. At Apple, they have been clean for a long time, and that is why in current top 10 list of companies that having the best public prestige in the world. Customers permanently live a comprehensive access of very special positive experience through their innovation products, packing, storing service, and style. If you analyze what the people does, you can see the following marketing principle put into action, and the company can adapt to business according to the reality and condition. The only requirement they necessary for a company to adopt market yielding in the most take of challenge of 10% customer focus manager.